there has been a tradition, a long tradition of twin towns between Germany and Israel for decades. And in 2008, Twin Wineries was founded, where it has been largely um, responsible for connecting the wine producers of these two countries. In 2017, I had the honor of, as the president of the German Wine Journalist Federation, Weinfeder, to hand over the German Wine Critics Award to the founder of Twin Wineries, René Salzmann. René is here with us tonight. René, could you please tell us more about Twin Wineries?
Very much, Wolfgang, for giving me the opportunity to present the Twin Wineries. The Twin Wineries was founded in 2008, and in fact, it's all about German and Israel. It's a partnership between German and Israeli winemakers. It also encourages an understanding better the two cultures who have a very long history, and also promotes know-how and continued education, of course, building friendships, that's at the essence of it, and assists also in promoting wines of both countries. And finally, it's a lot of fun drinking each other's wine. So the tricky thing about the Twin Wineries is to make the perfect match, to find the right match between a German winery and its people and an Israeli winery. And there I would like to mention and to thank my partner Eva Raps, who from the winery Kaufmann in the Rheingau, who is a twin, but also the speaker of the German winery, of the German twin wineries. After a whole process of matchmaking, each twin receives a brass that it will place in its visitor center to allow everyone to see and attest to this partnership and start to ask questions about it. As you can see in the next slide, we have some of the very best twins. There are 20 twin partners or 40 wineries in Israel and Germany. Now, I will have to repeat, as it is in my presentation, it was founded in March 2008 in Düsseldorf, immediately after Provine. And the first three wineries, twins, the first three twins were Heimann, Löwenstein, and Margalit, and then Moosbacher and Wittkin, as well as Breuer and Galil Mountain, the sister winery of Golden Heights Winery. Now, quickly after that, many more twins joined, as you will see here. Kloster Eberbach, I will name only the Germans, Essa Prüm, Weingut Kaufmann, Schloss Westerhaus, and Stenner as well. Now, in order to foster this relationship and continue the friendship, we have organized all kinds of events. One of them is the mutual visits, both in Germany and in Israel. This is, of course, in Germany, but in Israel. And there were many, it is in Golden Heights, by the way, Geisenheim, as you can see, but also in the southern part of, we also organized mutual tastings at Provine. We used the opportunity as the German twins as well as the Israeli twins were there in an Israeli booth. So people could taste at the same time the German wine as well as the Israeli wine. Also, another sub-project was the creation of, or the development and production of kosher wines in Germany. Von Hövel, Nick Weiss, St. Urbanshof in the Mosel with Rieslings, and in Franconia, it is Hans Wirsching with the Silvaner. Now, many other things we did was also tastings. You had the tastings, which you will see in a moment, in wine tastings, wine evenings, in the Rutzbar Berlin, there were in Bergisch Gladbach, as well as cultural days in Trier, and a wine evening as well in Mainz. From that, we wanted to enlarge the attention to the twin wineries, and we started a series of master classes. Here are just two of them. The first one was in Munich, under the auspices of the General Consulate, Israeli General Consulate, and this is in the BMW world. And the second one was in Frankfurt. And as you can see, Romana Eschensberger, you just saw her, she, Master of Wine, she is, I would say, sort of like an ambassador for Israeli wines in Germany. She does all the moderation and is fully familiar, having visited Israel for so many times. We also collaborated with Vinissima, the women's organization, and did a tasting of wines for the twin wineries. And this is not the end yet. We also participated and collaborated with the Rheingau Gourmet and Wine Festival, which takes place at the Rheingau, of course, with tastings in the afternoon and a gala dinner in the evening where German and Israeli wines were presented. An interesting thing was also that the politicians started to discover the Twin Wineries initiative, in particular, that private persons can do so much for bringing the two cultures, the two people together. So here we have members of the North Rhine-Westphalia Parliament who participated at ProWein at a press conference in 2015. And also in Bavaria, they became interested and organized a Bavarian-Israeli friendship evening. However, we wanted to enhance even more and to create more awareness, and created in 2014 the first German-Israeli wine summit at Kloster Eberbach. And all the Israeli twins came to Germany, and it was a wonderful event with lots of success. And the second one was the year after, in 2015, in the Tulip Winery in Israel. And again, we had many people, all the German twins came to Israel and were there. Finally, as Wolfgang already said, we were very, very honored to receive in 2017, would you imagine, Wolfgang, already 4 years ago, the German Wine Critics Award in Mainz. And finally, in 2018, we celebrated the third German-Israeli Wine Summit, which coincided with the 10th anniversary of the Twin Wineries and the 70th anniversary of the State of Israel in Berlin. And we had planned 2 years later, every 2 years, we had planned last year to do it in Israel, but unfortunately, due to Corona, we were not able. As you can see, the family of the twins has grown, the audience has grown, and it's a real delight to see how everybody is enjoying themselves and how many friendships have been built. This is the most important. And also a friendship I acknowledge very much is with Jürgen Sterzenbach, who has been the very faithful soul since the beginning of the Twin Wineries and taken care of all the PR.
Thank you very, very much, Renee, for that interesting, it looks like a family picture book. And I think the relationship between Germany and Israel is a very special one. And me personally, I'm very happy that this Twin Wineries does exist, because I think wine is something that can bring cultures together. I would like to know, is the German wine market interesting for Israelis?
Definitely, it's very interesting. Although the competition is incredibly big, as you know, not only in Germany, but from all the countries in the world. But, you know, like in every country, but in Germany in particular, I would say, it is something exotic. It is something new for Germans, and it's different. And then it's Israeli.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Renee.